Hello everybody. So today we are going to discuss something that's happening in the news that you might not see in the United Gaze of America and in the United Kingdom. How do I know that? Because my phone is connection to United Kingdom SIM card, and when I check on the BBC and the CNN and all of that stuff, I see crazy things that may not be happening in the real earth. Why did I put a radio behind me? Because after World War III, we're gonna need that stuff. Like that. We will be doing stuff like that. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about something that's happening in the news. And I'm gonna tell you an old story that's actually in a real world story, real life story. So, the reason behind this video is that I saw something in the news that says that Israel dropped leaflets on Lebanon. And in these leaflets, they said that everybody has to evacuate because you're about to get bombed. And you have to leave right now, and blah, blah, blah. And then the Israeli government published a statement saying that no, this unit probably went rogue, and we didn't mean for this to go out. This is not, etc. So, this dropping leaflet things is an ancient old tactic. Not very ancient, but it's a very old tactic of usually like colonialism, spreading news and trying to help the population in leaving so that they can take over this place that they're trying to take over. Please bear with me. Let me just get to the end of the story. I know people in the United Gaze of America and that they might think, oh, fuck this guy, this Arab is trying to talk about us. America, America, rah, rah. Calm down. Just let me tell you my story. I want to tell you a story that I want to tell you. In 1991, oh my days, electrics turned off. That's okay, we're going to continue the video. Can you see me? I don't even know. I'm just gonna post it like this. See this electricity turned off? Fuck United Gaze of America, what are you doing, bruv? We got so much petrol here. You coming here sucking all the petrol. We don't even have electricity during the day. Anyway, now this image is gone. The image was the evidence material. In 1954, the CIA used dropping leaflets against Guatemala. Before that, Hitler used leaflets, dropping them on Iraq to try to convince them that communism is worse and try to convince the Iraq public, which led towards the Farhud, the killing of the Jews in Iraq by the Arab Muslims. And I'm an Arab Muslim Iraqi. So, now leaflets are being dropped on Lebanon. In 1991, I want to tell you this story. In 1991, leaflets were dropped on Iraq by America. Some of these leaflets, one of those leaflets was on the screen. You can scroll back and see the leaflet that says that you are about to be bombed. Leave this area. This is in the 1991 Gulf War. Other leaflets were dropped on the South because Americans, they knew exactly. They knew that the people in the South, what their ideology is, who their alliances, allegiances are with, etc. Electricity is back. In 1991, they dropped the leaflets on South Iraq where my father and my grandfather, you see him on that picture over there, he was buried alive in 1991 by Saddam. I need to turn off some of the lights, otherwise this is gonna keep turning off. Yeah? He was executed by Saddam in 1991 with 50 other people from the village. They were buried alive. And these are the mass graves. This happened all over Iraq because of the protests. Because what happened right before this? Right before this, it was the Gulf War. First Iraq invaded Kuwait. Then while Iraq was retreating from Kuwait, because there's only one highway from Kuwait to Iraq, the American army bombed the shit out of the Iraqi army. Because it's one highway and they're all these tanks are driving back on one road. Boom, 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 boom. Hit the first one, no one can go past. Hit the middle, hit the end. Desecrated the Iraqi army. Then they dropped leaflets on South Iraq because they know that the people of South Iraq have suffered a lot from Saddam. Some of these leaflets said, leave your houses. Like the leaflets they dropped on Baghdad because they know that most of Baghdad supports Saddam. Or a lot of them. Or some of them. I don't know exactly the exact numbers. So they said, leave your houses. You are about to get bombed. The leaflets they dropped on South Iraq was, Saddam has escaped to Libya. Fight back. There is no government right now. Fight back. Attack. 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 This is the news that was going around South Iraq right then. Saddam has escaped to Libya. Fight back. Fight the people. Fight the police and that. Fight the army. My grandfather, who's on that picture, he did a protest of all women. All the women from the family, he took them and they did a protest against the government. We're tired of Saddam. We are being oppressed. We want to be left alone. My father was an 18, 19-year-old boy. Young man. He took the Kalashnikov and ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta in the air. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Saddam died. Saddam is in Libya. Saddam this. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. The whole area stood up. The whole South Iraq stood up. Moving the police officers out the way. Get out of here. You lot are not in charge anymore. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. America said they dropped the leaflets America dropped was saying, listen, Iraq people, we are with you. Fight back against Saddam. We are with you. We support you. Saddam is not here anymore. Saddam is finished. Saddam is in Libya. Saddam this, Saddam that. Saddam is done. Fight back. We will support you. At the same time, America did a no-fly zone over Iraq. So the United Nations, NATO, this and that, everybody, no-fly zone. If any plane flies over Iraq, it will get shot down. After telling the Iraqi people to fight back, they suddenly stopped the no-fly zone. Because this is one of the reasons why the Iraqis in the south, it was just families, just normal people, fighting back because they were scared all the time. If their child goes to school, my father used to say that in the time of Saddam, we were scared from the walls. We were scared that even the walls will snitch on us. So even at home, we don't speak about Saddam. Even if one of us gets executed, even at home, you're not allowed to mention it. Why? Because maybe there are ears in the walls. That's the metaphor that they used to use. Maybe someone from your family members is now with Saddam and then they pay him. Oh, come, my brother spoke about Saddam. Execution next day. That's it. In 1991, there was a day of execution. Some of my uncles were about to get executed. So my father and my other uncles, I have about 13 uncles, brothers, they're all brothers. And then their cousins, their first cousins are also all brothers, etc. So it's a very, very big family. About 10 of us were about to get executed the next day. So this is the night the revolution happened. On that night, they went, attacked the prisons, released everyone. A few days later, America stops the no-fly zone. Saddam right away came with his airplanes, airstrikes. Boom, 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 boom. Then people couldn't fight back anymore because these are just normal families. Like I said, they have a gun. They went and fought back against these army guys that are constantly putting pressure on them, constantly controlling their lives, constantly telling them what they can and can't say. If, like in those days, if there was a picture of Saddam hanging up, you remove the picture, throw it on the floor, execution. You get executed. This is the type of rule. This is why when today people saying, like in the comments, you see the Arabs, some of the Arabs, Saddam, the leader of the Arabs. You as a Muslim, do you think God is pleased with you when Allah and the Quran speak so much about being against oppressors? Someone who doesn't even allow you to use his name and say Saddam is a donkey, execute him, kill him. I ask you personally, if someone calls your father a donkey, your father, does he deserve execution? Will God be pleased with this? Allah, will He be pleased with this? So people don't know what they're talking about when they support Saddam. Anyway, back to the point. America dropped these leaflets telling the people to rise up against Saddam. And then the moment they did rise up against Saddam, they allowed Saddam to, they removed the no-fly zone. Saddam came with his airplanes, bombed everyone. All the Iraqis had to flee. The rest got executed. My grandfather and 50 other people from our village, they were buried alive. And in 2003, we found this out. From 1991 till 2003, we thought he was in prison. Like, I remember coming to age and being of consciousness, and my father telling me, pray that God releases your grandfather from prison. Not Saddam. May God never release him from his punishment. So we used to pray, Ya Allah, release Jiddu from prison. In 2003, when Saddam died, the person who owned that forest, that land, that farm, he came and told everyone, hey, in 1991, a group of people, like a group of soldiers came here with a group of people. They made a big hole, threw people in there, and then buried them alive. Please dig up this hole. I couldn't speak until today. So they dug up the hole. They found a lot of bones and clothes. The clothes were still intact. These videos are on YouTube. You can type mass graves Iraq 1991. That's how they found my grandfather. He had an ID card in his pocket. Other people who didn't have ID cards, they found their teeth, etc. So this is an ancient old tactic. A very, not ancient, but a very old tactic. Dropping leaflets upon the people. I hope that the people of Lebanon have learned from the past and not to fall for this. Because Israel today is using the same evil tactics that the American government used in those days on the Iraqi people and then betrayed the Iraqi people. So, and I get asked many questions in the comments by people from America. I know you hate us, this and that. I don't hate American people. And no Iraqi here hates American people. I want to go out and make a YouTube video and just do interviews with people. What do you think about Americans? Not the government. What do you think about American people? What would you do if an American person comes here? And you will be shocked by the responses. I'll take him to my house and I will feed him and I will give him this. We have no issues with American people. Our issues are with these governments. And my issue is with every government. I don't even like my own government, the Iraqi government, the Dutch government, the English government. All these governments are corrupted. I believe we as people should stand together, and we have moved past a stage where we get deceived by these things. And this is a message to America. Yes, like 20 years ago, you think, oh, America, America. Enough. I'm sure that you have learned from this lie. And if you haven't yet, then speak to your American veterans who were in the army, who have gone back to America. I have received tens, if not hundreds of messages from people who were in the army, in the American army, and they were in Iraq. And they tell me, brother, please forgive me. I tell them, bro, it's not my position to forgive you. There's nothing to forgive you for. You were deceived. You thought that you are doing the world a favor. But you were just here, coming with your army, supporting some company. You made someone else even more rich. These industrial military facilities and so forth. And we all know what we're talking about. We all understand that some of these things are not conspiracy theories anymore. Some of these things are actual issues that we are dealing with in the world and that we are controlled by. So the same is happening again today. In Lebanon, 2 days ago or yesterday, they dropped leaflets telling everybody to leave. And me, I feel a bit traumatized. Not traumatized because I was there and I'm scared. Oh, no. No, but like mentally, when I hear this, it takes me back to different stories. Dropping leaflets on like, leave your houses and rah, rah, rah. What they're not showing you is that Israel is on fire. In Haifa and this and that and other cities. Many cities in Israel are on fire. And of course, the issue is that even if you defeat them militarily, they will end up, it's like a suicide bomber. With Israel is you can't really attack them too hard because they will just nuke everyone. They will nuke the entire Arab world if it gets to it. So I don't really understand what's going on. When I want to find the news, I have to type in Arabic on Twitter, go to some secret pages and find the videos that I want to show. I would show you, but I don't know if this is allowed on YouTube. Many big military bases in Israel are being attacked. And I don't know, yesterday the US ambassador or whatever he is said that Israel has the right to defend itself against Hezbollah. Hezbollah says that our only condition is that stop the attack on Gaza. That's the only reason that we are fighting you, because you are killing these women and children. Yesterday, 500 people got killed in Lebanon, mostly women and children. How long for are we going to accept this? How long for? It's been decades now. So this was my story that I just wanted to talk to you about briefly and quickly. And yeah, tell me what your opinions are. And let's keep things respectful. If you want to comment, don't start fighting with each other.